It's game on. No doubt about it, the Vikings are in the playoff chase. 2 games left. And with this big weekend, finds the purple down south. It's win or go home. The 50 greatest Vikings now at your fingertips with delight. We'll meet the man behind this must-have for any purple fan. We're a week away from our season-ending show. We preview the best of, and our fantasy guru in the house to set your football rosters. It's time to get your game on.
Handoff, Adrian up the middle, room to the 20, cuts to the left to the 25, and Adrian's loose! He splits the defense! 50, 40, 30, goodbye, baby! Touchdown!
After a monster win down the Mississippi, the Vikings really know it's playoff time. The Purple putting themselves in a position to grab a wild card ticket to the postseason, and the next test is here, deep in the heart of Texas against Houston. Chasing the playoffs with Peterson and the crew, that's what December is supposed to be all about. Coming to you from our new digs right in the heart of downtown Minneapolis, across from the home of the Wolves at Target Center, it's Kieran's Irish Pub. And greetings once again. From the Dakotas to downtown Minneapolis, we're glad you found us. This is Game On, powered by Kieran's. I'm Rod Simons, and love being here and love having you along because we are talking a lot of football. Obviously, the Vikings and Houston. Jasper Brinkley in the house to talk about that. The namesake behind this fine establishment. Got our fantasy football update to come, as well as a few other tidbits for you. It all gets started right here and now. But before that, it's Game On by the numbers. A look at the numbers shows the Vikings in a nice place. 6th in the final NFC playoff spot. AP making a mad dash for Eric Dickerson's record of 21-05 with 2 games left. The Vikings with 2 road wins this season, St. Louis and Detroit. And the Texans are tough at home. 6-1 at home, 12-2 overall. They have clinched the AFC South. Couldn't be more excited to kick off this holiday Game On, looking at Houston, then with the middle linebacker, number 54, Jasper Brinkley, back in the house. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you feeling as the game gets closer? Body-wise, everything feel all right?
Yeah, everything's feeling pretty good. But you know, deep into the season, you have some little nicks and that here and there. But
yeah,
you know that's why you have the weight room and the great training staff that we have.
So, I was asking you before we started, was it as fun to play as it was to watch for all of Viking fans?
Yeah, it was very fun. We came out. We wanted to start off on defense and Coach Frazier granted us that wish, and we went out and took care of business, and we handled it. And everybody came out and played team ball, so that was a great thing for us.
The announcer sounded a little bit shocked, but you guys have talked almost to a man that if the Vikings play error-free football, take care of your own business, as you guys call it, right, you're hard to beat.
Oh yeah, very hard. We call it playing Viking football.
Nice.
But I think that goes with any team. Any team goes out and play mistake-free, you know, you're going to have a great day.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great day.
I was asking Jasper about the Houston Texans, and you haven't watched them much, but you guys know inside that locker room what's ahead of you on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a big game this week, and the way we're approaching these final couple of games is, you know, earn the right to have another game to play the next week. So earn the right to play one more week.
Yeah. Beating Houston down there, you already have proven you can win on the road.
Right.
Just gotta. What's the one key to you guys?
Start fast and finish strong.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Nice. Do you guys ever sit on the sidelines watching number 28 do his thing?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I don't think it'll be a while before you see another back come around that can do some of the things that he can do physically.
What is it? You had major surgery during the offseason.
Right.
A lot of people don't quite understand how difficult it is and how many hours you spend rehabbing. You had his hip.
Hip, right.
AP with the knee. Mm-hmm. That's tough stuff.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And I can just remember some of the days I was in the training room and he would come in and he would kind of push me and I mean, just coming from a player of that caliber, I mean, if he's pushing you, I mean, how can you not stand up to the challenge?
Yeah. He is a beast.
Oh yeah.
I know Marshawn Lynch adds the nickname, but let's be honest.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody like Adrian. Never seen anybody like Adrian.
Do you guys get to hit him much in practice?
No, not really. Not really. You know, it's more like a tag-off mentality. So, and plus, I mean, he's the best back in the league. You want to keep him healthy.
Do you guys, now that Houston, obviously Houston's playing for home field and all that other stuff. They want that advantage. But do you expect them to have a letdown now that they have won their division?
No, I really don't. I really don't. I expect them to come out and give us their best football, and because we're going to give them our best football.
Yeah. Is it kind of fun to know what the critics were saying about you guys at the start of the season?
Oh yeah.
And look at me now.
Yeah, it's always fun because right now the tides have turned. You know, they're on the bandwagon now. So that's always the funny thing about it. Before the season, they can't do this. They can't win 2 or 3 games. So and now we won 8.
Yeah. Well, go get some stuff done. They say everything's big in Texas.
Yeah.
We want the loss to be really big.
Oh yeah.
So take care of business. Get a win for us.
All right, thank you.
Jasper Brinkley, the one and only, right here, part of GameON. And we'd love to have you join us for a GameON taping at Kieran's Irish Pub in Block E in Minneapolis. New Year's Eve at high noon. E.J. Henderson in the house, Nikola Pekovic, the Godfather, Mac Irv, Lawrence McKenzie, the former Gopher basketball great. Give away tickets and autographs. Keep your game on and join us on Facebook, Twitter. All our updates are on GameOnTVMN.com. Fans come first on GameON. Time for Voice of the Fan. Do the Vikings make the playoffs?
Yes, because we're a much better team this year. They're hungry this year. Yeah, they've had some downs, but I think we're going to do quite well.
On deck, the author of the 50 Greatest Vikings, only here on GameON.
Very superstitious, writings on the wall. When you believe in things that you don't understand and you suffer, superstition ain't the way.
Bud Light, the official beer of NFL fans who do whatever it takes. Here we go.
The Timberwolves Meal Deal, presented by Papa John's, is a great way to save money and watch Kevin Love, Brandon Roy, and Andre Kirilenko bring a playoff atmosphere back to Target Center. For just $25, you get an upper-level ticket, a hot dog, chips, small Pepsi, and a coupon for a free large Papa John's pizza. Tickets are only available for purchase in advance of game day. To purchase your Meal Deal tickets, go to timberwolves.com/meal deal. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Wolves United.
Welcome back. It's GameON. Hope your holidays are going great. You know this man, Jim Bruton, the award-winning author. Great to have you back. The book, let's just talk about this. Your new book, 50 Greatest Players in Minnesota Vikings History. I call it the 50 Greatest. It's a phenomenal read. You've got to be very proud of this.
I really am. I think the biggest thing about it was the great cooperation I got from actually 47 of the 49 players I talked to, interviewed. About half sent their own personal photos, and it was so much fun to do, and it turned out just terrific.
If you've been around the Metro, you've probably heard or seen some of the signings. You had Stu Voigt, Dave Osborne, Mick Tingle. You had a number of the big-time alums out with you.
Yeah, I have. And the opening night, we had Paul Krause, Hall of Famer, was with us, and we had Wally Hilgenberg's wife. Of course, Wally passed away a few years ago, and it's been just great. But to be around guys like Voigt and Tingelhoff and Osborne, those great old Vikings from the past, and it's just phenomenal.
If you've ever had to put on a party and just wait for 10 people to show up, you know how tough that can be. You had to get 50 of the greatest Vikings to participate. How difficult logistically was that?
It was tough because, they're all over the country.
Right,
I mean, we have a number that are in the Twin Cities, but they all returned my calls, and they were just terrific. And, I have to give a lot of credit to Dave Osborne because it was his idea, and he said, don't do it about football. People have heard enough about us as players. So this book is more about who they are as people. I mean, we got all of their personal photos. You got Dave Osborne standing outside his old schoolhouse in Candu, North Dakota, and it's just about who they are as people, what they're doing today, and it made it really a lot of fun to do.
Was it the one book that you wanted to write, knowing that you had a taste of the NFL back in the day with
I was cut real quick. Rod.
I was trying to be diplomatic.
Yes, I know.
But you had you've always had purple blood. Was this the one you wanted to write?
You know, I think when they had the fan vote and then the team announced the 50 greatest players, I just thought it was such a great night that they announced all these players and they were almost all of them there, and I just felt like it was over too quick. There had to be something to follow up with it and something that could last forever, and that's what this book, I think, has done.
And fan reaction has been phenomenal.
It's been tremendous, just tremendous. I think the publisher did such a great job with all the photos. It's a big book. It's a table, kind of a coffee table type, all color photos inside. And Fran Tarkinen, one of my favorites, wrote the foreword for the book. And so it's just, it was a great experience.
Well, mine sits right next to my George Harrison coffee table book, so it's in great company.
Oh, good.
And just thank you for all you do to support the Vikings, and you're always out with us for Golf for the Gift. We're grateful to call you friend.
Rod, it's a pleasure, always. Thank you very much.
Jim Bruton in the house. Triumph Books, right?
Yes, Triumph out of Chicago.
And there it is, the Vikings 50 Greatest. And it's only here on GameON. You can get your game on anytime. Download our new app for iPhones and Android too, full of shows, sponsor links, great inside information, and tons of photos. We also link you to our show website. It's packed with good stuff. And then check out our partner site, the best Viking fan site. It's purplepride.org. Bookmark us at GameOnTVMN.com. Fans are always on our mind. Voice of the Fan this week, will the Vikings make the playoffs?
Of course we can make the playoffs. So we've got some tough games to come up with, but momentum's on our side right now. We've been building in the right way. And Peterson's drive for the record is also another good motivating force that's helping our offense play better ball. So if we do that, we're going to do it.
On deck, the man behind our new home base, only here on GameOn.
It starts your morning with the forecast, then watches your energy use all day. It can change your temperature from anywhere in the world, prevent you from heating and cooling an empty house, and still give you a comfortable welcome home. The iComfort Wi-Fi from Lennox.
The most advanced comfort control solution available anywhere is now available for your home.
So call Liberty Comfort Systems and make your home a smart home today.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Hi, I'm Christian Ponder with the Minnesota Vikings. I know how important it is to fuel up so that I can be successful on and off the field. As a partner with the Taste of the NFL and the NFL's Play 60 programs, I am proud to encourage all of my fellow NFL players to do our part to make sure kids get the nutrition they need to learn and play at their best. Go to tasteofthenfl.com and NFL.com to find out how you can help. Welcome to the team.
Welcome back, it's Game On, powered by Kieran's Irish Pub and the man behind the name, sitting right there, Kieran himself. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very, very well today in this fine Minnesota chilly air.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing to behold. And just so people know, that's the real accent. You come from a little tiny town on the west side of Ireland. You tell the story, and you still get you've been here, what, 25, almost 26 years?
Yeah, April
still
1987.
Still getting the newspaper.
I still get the newspaper once a week from my hometown, and I can get it online prior to it arriving.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy in America who subscribes to this newspaper, and my friend writes for it, so he would know that I canceled, and then there'd be hell to pay.
I love that. It's a great setting here. I would imagine that was your goal when you opened Kieran's.
Yes, well, I opened the original Kieran's over on 4th and 2nd, closer to the Dome, on March 16th. There's something to opening the day before St. Patrick's Day. We used to call it cash flow. 1994.
Yeah.
And then we moved to this location, which is a fantastic location, on March 16th, 2010. So on its golden birthday, 16 years on the 16th of 2010.
And you've stepped back from the day-to-day operations,
well,
obviously.
I've sold the pubs, yes. Because I'm now in the whiskey flogging business.
And it's a big deal for you because you have some good news surrounding two gingers.
That is true. Yeah, we launched So I sold the pubs symbolically, actually, on March 4th, or not March, everything is March with
yes.
me.
It would have been
July
16th, yes.
4th,
Yeah.
July 4th, symbolism, 2011.
Nice.
And then launched Two Gingers Irish Whiskey in the overall market on January 23rd of this year. And then about 10 days ago, Beam, the owners of Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, Knob Creek, many other fine whiskies, bought Two Gingers out. But I like to say, like a friend of mine, Tommy Dunn, says, "Oh, you blended with Beam." And I said, that is true, because I'm going to run the Irish
You're
whiskies
the
for them.
ambassador. You're their ambassador.
I am the ambassador at large, and somebody did remind me that the middle letters are ASS in ambassador.
Very, very nice. Do you just love what is happening? Because you've already said one of the things that you wanted to do was just be challenged,
Yes.
and I would seem like there's a lot of challenges that you've faced and tackled.
There have been quite a few challenges, and that is a lot of the drive, is to kind of have a vision for it and then figure out, well, how are we going to make this thing work?
Nice.
Minnesota is a fantastic place. I was very fortunate to have arrived here 25 years ago, because it is a fantastic place really to do business. People might say, well, it's not that business friendly, etc., but it's a great place because it's got an interesting demographic involved in it, and also, you know, hell, look at the weather. You might as well be going out doing something, launching businesses.
Oh,
right?
indeed. And we like to come indoors during the winter. There's nothing better than that.
Yes.
Great spot here with all the stuff that happens before all kinds of athletic events. So,
Yes.
well, we'll be keeping a close eye on Two Gingers. Do you have a website so people can keep up with you?
Do. The number 2, gingerswhiskey.com. And it's whiskey with an E, the Irish way, the guys who invented whiskey.
Nice. Well, you know, we didn't start at Kieran's on the 16th, but we certainly have a 4-leaf clover with you being on the show.
Thank you very much.
God bless you,
Appreciate
Kieran.
it.
Happy holidays to you. Thank you for being with us.
Happy holidays to you.
The man
and
is...
all of your listeners.
Thank you.
Viewers.
That's right. Up into the Dakotas, too. So we're all over.
We're coming to the Dakotas.
I know that.
February.
Be watching for Two Gingers. Only here on GameON. Keep up with the Wolves and the NBA with my weekly blog at simonsays@timberwolves.com. Stay connected to all things inside your favorite team, all at your fingertips. Also, you can write me a note. Interactive it is, rod@GameOnTVMN.com, and look for a new Simon Says blog every Thursday, only at timberwolves.com. Time now for the Kazi calendar. Kazi is the next big name in sports. The Vikings get Green Bay on the 30th. The Wolves with 2 big games. Gopher football against Texas Tech, and Gopher basketball against Michigan State on New Year's Eve. North Dakota hosts Bowling Green. South Dakota State visits North Dakota State. On the 10th, Oakland visits South Dakota State, and South Dakota at Kansas State on December 31st. Minnesota men get Air Force at Mariucci, St. Cloud State and RPI, Holy Cross visits UND, and North Dakota State at Williston State. The Wild would be playing Edmonton if the lockout weren't in the way. The Swarm open with Washington on the 26th at the X. Twins Fest on January 25th at the Metrodome. And spring can't be that far off. NASCAR getting ready for Daytona on February 17th. Love for you to check out our podcast, Rod Webby and the A-Train. All the week ahead information, inside stuff, and viewer mail too. GameOnTVMN.com for the latest. Kazi's the next big name in sports, affordable equipment and apparel for your athlete. It's all at your fingertips. It's Kazi. It's almost time to ring in the new year. Our best of preview is next.
Twin City Wireless doesn't care about our competitors. We care about you, the customer. We care that you get the best prices. Plans starting at $40 a month, unlimited text, talk, international text, and internet.
Twin Cities Wireless carries all the latest models of phones and accessories and handles all service providers.
At Twin City Wireless, your problem is our problem. Twin City Wireless now has 2 locations, Brooklyn Center and Northeast Minneapolis. Twin City Wireless, it's not just business, it's personal.
Welcome back. It's Game On, powered by Kieran's. Delighted to have you with us. A couple of days away from Christmas and just a few days away from the end of the year. That means 2012 wraps up. We've covered a lot of ground in this year here on Game On. And here is just a preview of what our best of show will look like. Game On knew that there was reason for the purple optimism. Percy Harvin was all business.
The underdog, you know, who doesn't like an underdog story? So, but like I said, I don't feel, this team doesn't feel we're underdogs. We know what we got here. We know the effort and the ability we're going to put in this season. So we're not worried about what the outsiders think.
We followed nearly every move of the All-Star and Olympian Kevin Love, from his on-court heroics to giving back with his annual coat drive. Love proved that he's the man. His story might shift from day to day, but he told us he actually liked this year's Wolves.
Yeah, I really do like the roster. We're a little bit, thin up front, but we have a different, group of guys, high energy guys that can really play well on the defensive end together at the 4 and 5 spot. So I'm excited to see what this team can do.
When we talk Twins, Game On is just glad that we had some time with these guys before they got traded. Number 2, Denard Span.
Each night we have a game, we have a job to do. It's a new opponent, a new guy on the mound, and it's unlike any other sport. It's not like football or basketball when you get a couple days off or you get days off in between games. So we gotta, when we win or lose, you gotta turn the page.
Every year it's our pledge to create a forever family, raising thousands of dollars through our golf tournament. Golf for the gift of adoption.
Anytime I can help out, I have friends who adopted and have a child and, like I said, finish the family off for them. So, like I said, it's a great cause.
Thank you.
It's great to see the families out here today, too.
And yes, we're gone Hollywood. Game On one-on-one with MMA star Gina Carano in Haywire.
I've been around such beautiful, interesting characters in the sports world. And so I think I've just been blessed to be around some of the coolest people in their different fields and just very talented people. And at the end of it all, we're all just human beings trying to do the best we can.
One last check with the loudest voice of all, voice of the fan, asking you, will the Vikings make the playoffs?
You know what, I think we're enough in the hunt and we're in the mode that we can power our way there. Not as confident we could make it to the big game, but I think we can make our presence known in the first couple of games.
It's Fantasy Super Bowl weekend. The Guru setting rosters next.
Not enough time to shop for that basketball fan in your life this holiday season? We've made it easy for you by picking the games, throwing in a gift certificate, and sending it right to you after buying it. The Wolves Holiday Pack includes games against the Suns, Hawks, Clippers, and Lakers, plus a $20 gift certificate to the Wolves Pro Shop starting at just $99. Holiday shopping made easy and convenient just for you. Go to Timberwolves.com/holiday pack to get yours today. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Wolves United.
Lennox is more than just a name. We lead the way in home comfort products. Our invention of the first forced air furnace back in 1895 changed the way America lives.
Liberty Comfort Systems is a Lennox premier dealer.
That means they're trained and evaluated to meet the highest standards in the industry. Lennox continues to lead with high-efficiency technology and superior equipment.
And it's all backed by Liberty Comfort Systems.
Some of the best people in the business. Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Time again to get our focus on fantasy. The Guru is in the house. Jeremy Johnson, great to have you back. Adrian Peterson. Anybody who has him is playing him.
Yeah, absolutely. Last 8 games, he's rushed for over 1,300 yards, and he's been doing things that no one's ever seen before. So for him to pursue the record and pass this rushing record that's been around for 28 years is a pretty significant deal.
I hope he does it. When you look at the big three, you start with Aaron Rodgers, who's having a very, very good year.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. They've got a few receivers back, although Jordy Nelson will be out. Greg Jennings is going to be seeing a lot more targets, so Aaron Rodgers is going to put up some numbers.
Reggie Bush.
If you look at the splits on him with games against Buffalo in Miami, it's crazy. He's probably going to put up about 130 and probably score at least once.
And if the Vikings were worried about Brandon Marshall, they've got to be petrified of Andre Johnson.
That's exactly why I picked Andre to be in the big three. Coming off of a game where he had 11 catches, but looking at Brandon Marshall and how big and physical he was, that's going to be a mismatch for our secondary. And Andre probably will have a really big day for the Super Bowl teams in the fantasy.
Yeah, I hope that he doesn't, but you're probably right. Looking at our email question, comes from a fan of the show, a Texans fan, who's in a bit of a dilemma. How does he handle AP and on and on? And by the way, he likes the beard.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the beard comment. Yeah, when you are at this stage in the game and you're this close to the Super Bowl of fantasy, it's really tough because you get your emotions involved with teams that you want to cheer for. I actually have the opposite problem. I'll be facing AP this week.
Right.
I want him to do well because of the Rube in me, as you'd call me.
Yes.
But yeah, so it tugs at your heartstrings a little bit, but hopefully we win and we don't need AP as much and he still gets the record. That's how I want it to go out.
And if you have been following us, you know that with the end of the season does not mean the end of fantasy football. Right. You got playoffs and now you got a website.
Yeah, we do. For those of you who haven't touched your computers or fantasy websites of late, we're looking at NFL.com is going to be the home site for our GameON challenge. There's once you're signed in and with the username and password there, you're going to be able to go to the GameON group, which is a private group, and just enter in our password, which is GameON Guru. And from there, you'll be picking your lineups each week, starting December 30th for the wildcard weekend.
And more information on GameOnTVMN.com, our official website.
Yes.
Great to have you back. See you next week for your best of 2012. Only here on GameON. Time now for your GameON update.
Ricky Rubio makes his way onto the floor and listen to this Target Center crowd.
If you missed it, he's back. Just over 9 months to the day, Ricky Rubio returns to the Wolves lineup to the delight of a near sellout crowd and relieved teammates.
Now puts it on the floor to Steve Fryer. Are you kidding me? Ricky Rubio making an impact here tonight at Target Center.
And how about the Vikings in St. Louis? Impressive also has to be used to describe Everson Griffin's first career pick and first career touchdown return. 97 recently joined us to talk that Sack Daddy dance. You want to do that sack dance, don't you?
Yeah, it's called the Sack Daddy.
Sack Daddy. There's nothing finer than that, is there?
No, it's the best. It's the best feeling in the world.
Keep it going, 97. And that's your GameON update. Time again for the MIAC Minute. University of St. Thomas saw its spectacular 2012 football season come to an end last Friday with its first ever trip to the Stag Bowl. That's the D3 championship game. It was broadcast nationwide. Tommies defeated UW Oshkosh to get to the title game, but lost 28-10 to 11-time champion Mount Union. St. Thomas was tough, pulling within 4 after falling behind by 2 scores early, but they just couldn't get it done. St. Thomas finished 14-1, ranked number 2 in the nation. Congratulations, Glenn Caruso and your Tommy team. And that's the MIAC Minute. That's it for us. Been a busy show. Go to our website, GameOnTVMN.com, for all the updates, including our Power Pack guest list for our special taping on New Year's Eve. We'd love to have you with us here at Kieran's and also get a fantasy football playoff update too. Until then, have a great weekend and keep your game on.